22nd, maybe 21st actually, September 2019. So I have my 48 Gravely, I think it's an LI. Yeah, LI. I worked on this one years ago and kind of rattle canned it, restored it. It was just kind of my first kind of somewhat restoration. I don't want to say it's a heavy restoration in the sense of I wasn't checking tolerances or anything like that. I wasn't making sure everything meets spec and going hardcore on it. But I basically tore it down. I don't know if you remember the video. I totally tore it down and painted it and got it up to really good condition. It was a train wreck before, and this is what it is afterwards, but it's also been sitting now and just getting dusty. So my plan is to get this running if I can for the Connecticut Antique Machinery Association next weekend. If I can't get this running, I'll see if I can bring something else. Maybe the LI that's got the axle extensions on it, which I used this spring, so that one's running, so that one should just fire up technically. But I want to see if I can get this one running. This one's kind of more of a showpiece, so to speak. I clean because it's painted and cleaned and stuff like that. So that's what I'm going to tackle today. See what I can do. Let's take a closer look at this. The tank actually doesn't look too bad, but the only issue is there's not a rust in it, but it smells of varnish. So definitely some varnish in there. So that means if it's in there, it's definitely in the carb too. Some other things I need to clean up is because it's just been sitting in the shed. A little bit of rust on the split door, so need to do a little work to it. So it's not in horrible shape, but I don't think it's gonna start without a little bit of help. But I can try and see if there's spark. So let's see if there's spark. All right, let's take off the spark plug. See what we got. That's not bad. As you can tell, I haven't, like I said, this was a restoration. I haven't really run it much. Actually, you can see, hold on, let me take the camera over. You can see the new aluminum, I think it's 10 thou over piston in there. I mean, it's still silver, so you can tell since the restoration I barely run this, which is a good thing. It wasn't really something I was going to put a lot of work in, plus the fact that it's just, but let's try, see what we got for spark. I'm just going to leave this connected. Actually, hold on, give me a second. Go brush this up a little bit. What's going on? These Edison split doors they have a weak spark, so they're not exactly, well, that sucks. They're not exactly a big blue sparker, so if you can get them going, they're usually good. I gotta go fix this, this spark plug grab. This clip is, I don't know if you can tell, I don't know if you can see it in there. It's pretty, it's wide open. I gotta go squeeze it together. Actually, I found a brand new one in the drawer, so I'm going to just use that. see from my side. Oh, hey, that's pretty good. So that's good. So it's does have sparks, so it's one of those, hey, I'm not going to touch it. All right, well, that's good. That's challenge number 1 down. Let's check the car. All right, looking at, I don't know if you can see, there's a lot of see the mold and stuff that's on this thing. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this all off, replace this hose, put a 1/4 inch one on there with a filter. I know I have the glass bowl, but I want to I'll put on one of those plastic disposable ones just to keep it clean. It just alleviates a lot of aggravation. So let me take this off and clean it. Got the carb off. Obviously it doesn't look in too bad a shape. Again, you know, it was this whole thing was cleaned and painted years ago, and then just it's been sitting. So let's just I'm gonna crack it open and let's see what it looks like. Now, hopefully the gasket drops off easily. I don't want to compromise the gasket because I don't have any spares. So hopefully it just falls off and splits apart easily. I'll get this old gasket off. Yeah, I basically want to clean this up so it just starts up easy when I, and then plus I want to actually see if I can use it today to mow the back lawn. I haven't run in a few years, so it'd be nice thing to just get some work on, get some, you know, time on it. Oh, here we go. That's nice. Oh, good. And it actually smells clean and it looks clean. So we're in luck. Right there. So we're in luck. So I'm just gonna I'll just clean it, brush this stuff off, hit it with some carb clean, and throw it back together. So pays to what I've been doing over the last couple of years is I drain everything out, especially on the tractors that I know I'm not going to use. I have the 3 that I use all the time, the the 5665, the L8, and then the LI that's got the axle extension. Those are the ones I kind of use all the time. So all the other ones, I try to drain them of all gas so it doesn't go bad and nothing gets all fouled up. So I'm just going to take carb clean to this and get it back together. Made some progress, just about done. So cleaned up the carb, put on a new choke cable. This is just temporary. The old one just had no knob on it, so it was tough to pull the choke on. Added oil, added gas, rinsed out the tank a couple times. What else did I do? Choke cable, added, just checked all the fluids, made sure the wire was good, added fluids to the reel mower, which I'm gonna test out and maybe cut the backyard with. So Last thing I'm going to do is just switch the tires over to turf tires, just because it's more suitable for that. And I don't use this one for any type of gardening or anything like that, so I'm going to just switch it. I don't use it, period, but I'm just going to switch it over because I have so many of these turf tires. So let me just switch that over, and then I'll probably start her up. So got the turf tires on, so let's try to start this bad boy. Looks like it's leaking a little gas, so I'll address that later. Oh, gotta put this spring on. So in the right position. All right, got a phone call, so that's why the camera stopped. Keep this from rolling.
that's a little loose. Let's try that again.
think some of the hiccup in the beginning of the running, I think it had to do with, I guess there's probably a little bit of varnish in the jets of the carburetor, because after a while you saw it just suddenly clean up, so, or suddenly rev up. So I'm assuming that's what it is. I'm guessing I could probably adjust some of these blades, because it wasn't totally cutting, but I do see, I don't know, I'll take a look. I'll fool around with it later, maybe adjust it, but well, that was pretty cool. So I'm excited. It's pretty fun. I haven't run the reel mower pretty much since I got it, which was probably close to I don't know, maybe 18 years ago, 17 years ago. That's when the last time I ran it. It's just been sitting in my shed. I like it because it's one of those things I got for free, and I can use it once in a while, but for the most part, I can only use it really in my backyard, because that's really the only place I cut the grass real short. The front's got to stay long because it gets burned out easily. But all right, I think we're ready for the CAMA next week. Thanks for watching.